Hello again YouTube and welcome back to Just Get a Tesla. Today I'm going to ask a question that you might not have thought of, which is this. Why aren't Tesla in Formula E? Don't click off. Don't say what's he banging on about. Motor racing has been critical in development of technology for road cars. Absolutely critical, and for decades, well, not decades, for more than a century, big car manufacturers have used motorsport as their leading edge development in driving forward both the image of the brand and then, especially recently, the technology which then flows through into road cars. And Formula E is the leading edge premium racing series for EVs. I've been watching Formula E all the way back from the beginning in 2014. And back then, it was a bit of a joke. A bit like my Nissan Leaf, frankly, at the time, which was, as I look back on it, also a bit of a joke with a 24 kilowatt hour battery, which ran out far too quickly. And the exciting thing was, in Formula E, it was exactly the same in the racing cars. Their batteries ran out so fast when they were racing them that halfway through they had to go into the pits, jump out of one car into another car and then carry on again. It was a bit silly. The point was that it was a developmental series. So those Gen 1 cars didn't last very long. And then we got placed by a Gen 2 car which had significantly more power in it. We're now on Gen 3 and the cars have got 350 kilowatts of power. My Tesla Model Y long range has got 370 something kilowatts of power. So we're kind of in the same place. And that got me thinking, Tesla have got this amazingly efficient drivetrain. We know how far Teslas can go for the size of the battery compared to anything else. So why aren't they racing them? Not the actual cars. I mean, I think it'd be quite fun to see a Tesla Model Y racing series or Model 3 or something like that. What about Cybertruck? But using the drivetrain in a Formula E car, that could be a lot of fun, because motor racing these days isn't just about all-out speed, it's about efficiency as well. In both Formula 1 and IndyCar, those cars are under-fueled, even with refueling on IndyCar, which means that they have to save a bit of fuel to be able to make it through to the end. And in Formula E, it's still exactly the same thing. It's a 45-minute race-ish, and they can't go absolutely flat out all the way to the end, or they will run out of power. Now, an efficient drivetrain has got a real advantage there. And obviously it's about the actual car and the way that the people are driving them, but the efficiency of the drivetrain is also really important. And Tesla's leading edge. And we should be showing that off by showing to everyone, look, if you want to win in Formula E, you've got to just get a Tesla. That's the vision. But we're not there. Instead, Formula E is being won by people like Jaguar, or Mercedes came and went. They won 2 championships and have gone away again. Audi were leading edge and had drivers winning the championship, and then they've gone away again. Although they've now gone to Porsche. So we had Audi, and now we've got Porsche. And then for the Stellantis group, we have got DS, who are already championship winning. And they're also in there now with Maserati. So they're using the brands that they've got to show off what they can do. And they're developing the new technology that's going to then filter through onto their road cars. And that's something that we need to be careful of, because at the moment, in 2023, Tesla are quite comfortably the only option in the UK if you want to do anything like a long distance trip. Okay, you could buy a Mercedes or an Audi or a Jaguar or any of those other things, but you're going to be stuck on the public charging network, which in the UK is pants, whereas supercharging is fantastic. Now, here's the point. That advantage, what I call the Tesla advantage, and check out the videos that I've done where I talk about charging more specifically, but that advantage is not going to last forever. Everybody else will catch up, both in terms of efficiency and also where the public charging network does actually get quicker and cheaper and more reliable. It's coming. And the reason why it's coming is because so many people are now buying EVs. Now, okay, yes, Tesla are still the brand that they sell more of anything else of, Tesla Model Y, in March 2023 was the best-selling car in Britain. And it was back in December. And I think it was back in September when I got mine of 2022. So Tesla sells more than anybody else. And despite that, you're still going to see everyone catching up with the charger networks. And everybody catching up with regards to powertrain efficiency. So we've got to be leading edge, continuously leading edge, or we're going to get beaten. And what do I mean by beaten? Well, it's April 2023, and in the UK there is currently one manufacturer who has had their car certified for completely hands-off autonomous driving. And it's not Tesla, it's Ford. Ford. We've been beaten on the regulatory battle by Ford. So that's the kind of thing that makes people think, you don't need Tesla, let's just get something normal or boring or something we actually understand. So Tesla need to be shown to be punching their way forward from the field again. And that's what motorsport can do. So I'd like to see Tesla supplying drivetrains to other teams to compete in Formula E. And when I say compete, they're going to smoke the competition. We've all seen what Tesla's like with drag races against somebody's Lamborghini or some really, really, really fast Corvette or whatever else. And they absolutely blast them away on the drag strip. So we know Tesla is fantastic at laying its power down, and today's Formula E cars are dual motor, so you've got exactly the same kind of layout as you would have in a Tesla. 2 motors, battery pack, bosh, win the race, and do so by being more efficient, and then force everybody else to catch up, at which point Tesla are going further and further ahead. At the moment, as I understand it, Lucid in China are now producing a drivetrain that's even more efficient than Tesla. And in Formula E, you've got people like NIO and Envision who are really trying to push the boundaries as it is and develop their own drivetrain technology. So if you want to stay ahead of that development curve, you can't just point at the moon where it is in the sky above you. You've got to think about where the moon's going to be when you get there. So the curve is always going away from you, and you've always got to be innovating ahead of it. And all I'm saying is that motorsport could be a fantastic platform for Tesla to be able to do so. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you want to see Tesla drivetrains in Formula E? Let's have Tesla safety cars in Formula E instead of Porsches and BMWs and these other things. Let's get Tesla in there. Tesla's brilliant. I want to see a car with Tesla motors winning races, because that's the thing that puts a smile on your face when you've got them. In the British Touring Cars Championship of old, especially in the 80s and the 90s, they used to say, win on Sunday, sell on Monday, because you would see a car win races and then go, Dad, get one of them. And you go into the dealership and people are buying Vauxhall Cavaliers or they're buying whatever else. That's Tesla's challenge, right? Because if we're not doing it, Jaguar are doing it. 1-2 in yesterday's race in Berlin will make people think, ooh, that I-Pace, that's a nice thing. Let's go and buy one of them. So come on, Tesla, catch up. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'm just curious as to what you think. I'm going to be at the Formula E doubleheader in London in July with the camera, so you're going to be there as well. I think there's an EV community and an EV normalization that's needed, and racing is part of it, and Tesla really should be there. If you think I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. If you think I'm right, tell me in the comments and buy me a coffee, and I'll see you very soon back here on Just Get a Tesla.